Change your diet, change your life, change the planet.
Hey guys and gals, I'm out on another boot snow run. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of addicted to it. And I'm having a blast today. I'm running along, looking at these little birds running on top of the snow, looking at the beaver ponds starting to melt, smelling the spruce trees, and just feeling really good. I love this. I love being in a winter environment, and I love running through it regardless of how hard it is. It jazzes me up. It gets me pumped. And I feel fantastic. There is no depression here for me. So as I'm running along today, totally elated, I'm thinking again about the video that I made yesterday about people razzing me for being undercarbed. And one of the things they keep saying is that my depression is caused by not enough carbohydrates to fuel my entire experience of being alive. Clearly, I'm eating enough for my athletic endeavors, but there's not enough left over for my mental experience of positivity and happiness. Well, first off, I'm not sure how the body decides where that sugar goes. Well, let's give them the sugar for athletic performance, but let's not give the brain any sugar. Let's restrict sugar to the brain. That's ridiculous because the brain is the first place that the sugar goes. That is the body's top priority. It'll let your body starve to feed the brain. That's what fasting is. Fasting is starve the body, feed the brain. The brain always gets sugar first. Okay? That's just a biological fact. So saying that I have enough calories for my physical endeavors but not for my mental endeavors just is complete biological nonsense. But secondly, I'm going through tough times right now. There are a lot of things, circumstances that are really challenging for me. And yet, I get myself out the door, I get myself dressed, I come up here to Woodford, and I run through the snow. It's hard work, people. It's not easy. Mentally, it's really, really challenging to get myself to do this. A person experiencing depression in the moment can't do this. I have to overcome my depression every time I come up here. I have to get over it. I have to move beyond it. I have to move through it in order to do this kind of workout. And in the process of moving through it, using my little baby steps and my confirmations and all the stuff I talk about in my videos, using those tools, I get myself in a state where I can actually start the workout. Once the workout is going, I'm having a blast because I'm producing dopamine. My brain is rewarding me for being out here. It's waking me up. The dopamine is flowing. The serotonin is flowing. And I'm like, I love this place. It's awesome. And there is no depression. But wait a minute. I'm undercarbed. So how can I have this positive mental state out here? It's not possible because there's not enough sugar in my diet for mental proper functioning. See, I didn't even say that straight. So clearly I'm undercarb because I'm slurring my words. You see, people just don't get it and they want to hold on to their ideas. They want to hold on to their belief system. They want to hold on to their dogma regardless of what the evidence says to oppose it. And trust me, there's a lot of evidence to oppose it. But I also want to show you depression from another angle. There's some people that say it's a chemical imbalance. First of all, there's no way to prove this. Secondly, I totally disagree because life happens and different people have different levels of sensitivity. And if you happen to be a sensitive individual and life happens, you're going to get hit hard. You're going to feel it and you're going to feel it for a long time. It's going to break you. It's going to take everything you've got to get unbroken. And that's a reality for a lot of people. So if I'm out here right now in a really positive state of mind doing a kick-ass workout, how could I have depression when I go back home? How could it show up again? Didn't I conquer it? Didn't I cure it? Didn't I get unbroken? Well, it's not just about dopamine. It's not just about serotonin, which I have plenty of both right now. But when I go home, things are going to change. Because there's another neurotransmitter that's equally important, and that's oxytocin. It's the feel-good chemical that's released when you hug somebody close that you love, when you kiss somebody that you really care about, when a child breastfeeds with its mother, when you get together with your team after the game and you won and you're all hugging each other and jumping up and down. When you collaborate on a project and you see it moving forward and you look at everybody on that team and you're like, yes, that's oxytocin. Oxytocin is essential to healthy human function. Our social experience of the world is just as important to our mental function as our physical and emotional experience of the world. Studies in positive psychology have shown that the only thing that leads to long-term lasting happiness is the quantity and quality of your social relationships. If you don't have warm, loving, collaborative, positive relationships, you're going to be depressed. You're not going to have a high function. And I don't have that. And maybe someday, if I move somewhere else and I collaborate and build a team, maybe I will, and that'll definitely help me. That'll definitely boost me to where I want to go, which is part of a high-functioning team. That's really what I want in life. I love doing this, but I don't want to spend all my time alone running through the woods. I want to collaborate. And I don't have that. So when I go home, I work alone. I do pretty much everything alone. And human beings were not supposed to spend so much time alone. So until I can find a way to change that, I'm going to struggle. And I know that's the reality, and I'm working to change that, but it has nothing to do with how many carbohydrates or calories I eat. Eating more carbohydrates isn't going to bring more people into my life. It's not going to change the population of Bennington. It doesn't work like that. All right, speaking of population, I gotta go find some populations of beavers and moose and all kinds of other creatures. See you.